right, let's dive in. Today we're looking at something that is, well, just delightful. It's this wonderfully weird, cute fairy tale called Ballerina Cappuccino and the Foam Kingdom's Secret. And underneath all that sugary charm, it's actually a masterclass in storytelling. It shows you how to build a narrative with a really powerful, empathetic heart. So let's take a sip, shall we, and see what makes this story so incredibly sweet.
Okay, so right from the get-go, you're just dropped into this world of pure sensory magic. I mean, this very first line tells you everything. It immediately signals, hey, we're not in the real world anymore. This is a classic fairy tale, a place where the normal rules, yeah, they just don't apply.
So every great story has to start by showing us the ordinary world, right? And in this case, it's the whimsical, totally unique Foam Kingdom, a place literally built out of sweet treats.
And what's so brilliant about this is how fast they set up the rules of this universe. It's not just some pretty background scenery. No, the very fact that everyone has sweets for heads, that's totally central to the story's identity. And, as you're about to see, it's also key to the central conflict.
And here she is, our hero, Ballerina Cappuccino. I mean, look at her. Her design isn't just cute for the sake of being cute. It perfectly captures the elegance and, well, the sweetness of her world. She's the perfect picture of the Foam Kingdom's peaceful, happy life. Right before everything gets turned upside down. But, of course, that peaceful existence is about to be shattered. Because you know what every great story needs? An inciting incident. That call to adventure that just kicks the whole plot into high gear.
So how does that call to adventure arrive? Well, it comes in the form of a classic messenger character. In flies Lollipop Fairy Lula, and she is absolutely frantic, totally panicked, and she's bringing news that's about to threaten the entire fabric of their world. And just like that, the stakes are incredibly high. See, the foam heart isn't just some shiny rock. No, it's the magical engine that powers everything this kingdom loves. Its colors, its flavors, and most importantly, its most cherished activity, dancing. And this reaction, it's just perfect. It tells you immediately what matters most to our hero and her world. It's not about money or power. It's all about the joy of dancing, of expression. And with this one line, you know Cappuccino has accepted her call to adventure. Of course, you know how these things go. No hero's journey is a solo mission. The next big step in the story is always gathering your friends, assembling that team to face whatever's coming. And right on cue, the story brings in this amazing supporting cast. And here's what's so clever about it. Each new friend has their own unique power that fits the sweet theme perfectly, and each one is going to be totally essential for the quest. First up, you've got Donatina Spinella. She's the powerhouse, right? The enthusiastic action hero of the group, ready to unleash the might of her sprinkles. Just pure energy. Then, we get Teacup Princess Marina. She's the wise one, the thinker of the group. Her whole vibe is more about, hey, let's slow down. Maybe the secret's hidden in my tea. And finally, there's Honeybee Pirouetta. She brings the practical skill to the table. She can follow the scented path of lost things, which is huge. It gives the team a clear way to actually track down their target. So now, with all their skills combined, the team is complete. Okay, team's assembled. Now their journey takes them out of their comfy world and into the unknown. They're on the path to finally confront this mysterious figure who's caused all the trouble. This is such a classic and great storytelling trick. Before you meet the villain, the story just asks the question right out loud. It builds up the suspense and really makes you wonder, what kind of person would do this? What's their motivation? And then the setting totally shifts. You go from the bright, happy Foam Kingdom to the dark Whip Forest. That's a classic move, right? It's a huge signal that our heroes are getting close to the main conflict. They are way out of their comfort zone now. And it's here, in this spooky forest, that we meet a classic helper character. This is Moonface Marshmallow. She's a guide, and she gives them the next crucial piece of the puzzle. She actually puts a name to the shadow they've been chasing, Crumble Kobold. Now, this description of our so-called villain is so important. Pay attention to the words they use. Cute but a bit naughty. That's a very deliberate choice. We're not getting some terrifying monster. Instead, we get a character who's framed as mischievous, not really evil. And that's a huge clue, especially for a younger audience, that maybe the answer here isn't a big fight.
Maybe it's understanding.
And that brings us to the climax of the story and its absolutely brilliant twist. See, the big confrontation, it's not a battle of good versus evil, not at all. It's the moment we realize this whole thing has been one big, simple misunderstanding.
And this is the heart of the entire story. The villain's motivation isn't evil, it's not a thirst for power. He stole the heart because he was lonely. He felt left out. This is why the misunderstood villain is such a powerful tool in kids' stories. It teaches a crucial lesson that behind bad actions, there's often a reason, some kind of hurt. It pushes you to feel empathy instead of just passing judgment.
And this just lays it out so perfectly. The problem wasn't a monster that needed to be beaten. It was a feeling of loneliness that needed to be soothed. So the solution? It wasn't a fight. It was empathy. Ballerina Cappuccino doesn't attack him. She actually listens to him, and then she offers to include him.
And the ending flows right from that one act of empathy. Because they shared, the balance comes back. The colors, the sweet smells, the dancing, it all returns. And it's not just magic for magic's sake. It's a beautiful visual way of showing the joy that comes from community and kindness.
And this final line from Cappuccino, it's just the perfect summary for the whole story, isn't it? It's this beautiful, memorable takeaway that sharing is what really creates light and joy for absolutely everyone. So, this totally charming story about a ballerina with a cappuccino for a head, it leaves us with a surprisingly deep question to think about. It's a great reminder, that sometimes the biggest problems we face don't need a big fight. They just need a simple offer to share. It's a really powerful lesson, all wrapped up in the sweetest package imaginable. Thanks for tuning in.